15-minute chart, we can see that we are bearish. We have a swing high and have just now broken structure to the downside by taking and closing below this low and now establishing a new low as we pull back after this aggressive move down during London session. What I'm observing here is this collection of orders starting from yesterday's New York session and even continuing into Asia the night previous. What happened is that orders collected, and then we saw an aggressive move down during London session, which tells me that institutions were building orders in this area. And so if price is able to retrace back into the area, it's a key point of interest for me to look out for my entry confirmation on the 1 minute. The idea is that sellers were so much in control that they were able to drive price down and create a change of character to the downside. There could be remaining orders in this area. So if price is able to revisit, then we could see those orders trigger another move down. If we play price forward, we can see that price does eventually come back into our key point of interest marked up by the red box. At this point, we'll drop down to the 1 minute to see if we can get an entry confirmation. Here on the 1 minute, we can see price action a little bit clearer. We can see that this push up really originated in this area. And so if we can see sellers push beyond this limit denoted by the blue line, then we can say that sellers are in control. Let's move price forward to see what happens. We can see that price continued to move up, creating new demand zones. So for me, I want to see if this new demand zone can now get overrun by supply. I'm targeting this one because it has a nice fair value gap associated with it and a strong move that takes this internal high here. I'll move up the blue line to make it easier as to see where our demand zone now sits. As we move price forward, we can see that we eventually do get the close below this level, which tells us suppliers are now in control. To find an entry, we'll look for something of interest on the 5 minute. Immediately, we can see a fair value gap here on the 5 minute. That's a perfect spot for me to place my entry. Stops above the highs. And for take profit, I'll target this collection of orders right above New York session low for a nice 4-hour trade. Let's play price out to see what happens. We can see that a little bit after 1 p.m., price melts and hits our take profit for a nice 4-hour win. Now, with that said, I'd likely take partials at these key fair value gaps that we passed along the way. But nevertheless, it's a winning trade, and that's a great thing. But the most important thing is the lesson. The biggest lesson for me from this trade is to pay attention to where orders are collecting, because I'm learning that those areas tell you where institutions are building their positions. And if price is able to return to those zones, that's where the aggressive moves usually begin. I'm not a guru. I'm just someone trying to build consistency towards profitability using market structure, supply demand, and price action analysis. If that sounds like your journey, then subscribe and let's keep sharpening our edge together. If this breakdown helped you see the charts differently, then check out this next video right here where I break down a similar trade. I'll see you there.